Welcome to Terraria. My bad, I just ate. Your first boss you're going to encounter is Eye of Cthulhu. Now, Eye of Cthulhu has two phases, and one phase is him shooting Eye of Cthulhu's servants at you. The second phase, he turns into a mouth eyeball, creativity at its finest. The second boss that you should face is either Eater of Worlds or Brain of Cthulhu. Now, Eater of Worlds is the easiest. He only has one phase, and he will break up into segments. Anyway, now moving on to Brain of Cthulhu. He has two phases. His first phase is that there's going to be big balls surrounding his brain, kind of like how most dudes in high school are. Once you break all his balls, he gets insecure and breaks open his brain. And so he's going to represent his heart and his eyeball inside of his brain, which does not make any sense, but there you go. That's Brain of Cthulhu. Then the third boss that you're going to fight, or at least should fight before you face the next boss I'm about to get to, is Queen Bee. You're going to find a beehive in the jungle. There's going to be larvae, and that will summon Queen Bee. She only has one phase, by the way, so just be smart and move. The next boss is going to be Skeletron. Now, this guy is pretty big. He's also pretty insecure. Don't go down in the dungeon immediately before you start fighting Skeletron. Skeletron only has one phase, unless if you want to count, like, him without his hands. But he's a big dude, he's got a skull, and he's got hands. Then, after you fought Skeletron, you go down to hell, and you're going to be faced by this demon guy. Basically, he's going to be holding a voodoo doll that is the guide. The guide is the person that you spawn in with when you start the game. When he is alive, if that drops into lava, all the flesh will spawn, and he is a big ball of flesh, hence the name. This guy has two eyeballs and one mouth. One phase, and that is just charging at you while you shoot at him. There's going to be hungries blocking the wall, so you have to kill the hungries, the wall of hungries, before you get to the wall of flesh. Then after you killed all of the hungries, he's gonna shoot like these leeches guys at you. They're basically big worms, and you want to avoid big worms. Unlike most of the high school girls, you want to get the highest tier of ore, armor, and weapons, and all this good stuff to face Queen Slime. Queen Slime is different from King Slime. I don't know if I mentioned King Slime. King Slime is when you start the game. It's your first boss before Eye of Cthulhu. Not many people face him, so he's kind of forgotten about. He's just a big slime, will teleport to you if you get too far away, and just tries to kill you by jumping on you. Queen Slime is very, very different. She is a bullet hell boss. Her first phase is her shooting these apples at you. She's going to grow wings in her second phase and just become a crazy bullet hell boss. Fight off other slimes while you're fighting her and avoid apples. You don't really need to fight Queen Slime, just like King Slime. If you're not a summer class, then you don't really need to fight Queen Slime. After you fight Queen Slime, you're going to go into a fight with the three mechanical bosses. The first boss that you are going to encounter is the twins. Now, the twins is just like Eye of Cthulhu, but there's two of them. One's going to shoot lasers at you, one's going to shoot fireballs at you. They both have two phases, they both have separate health. The ones that's going to shoot lasers at you will turn into a machine gun, basically, and wreck your whole day if you're not careful. The second eyeball will turn into a flamethrower. After you fought the twins, there's a worm that you're going to have to defeat, called the Destroyer. Now, the Destroyer is the equivalent to the Eater of Worlds, except he doesn't break up into segments. Third mechanical boss you are going to defeat is Skeletron Prime. He has a head and 4 arms. After you have fought all the mechanical bosses, you will be faced with this plant. After you've fought in Plantera, you will move on to Golem. Golem has 3 forms. He will be punching you, he'll get mad and start stomping all over the place and try to shoot at you with his lasers from his eyeballs. When you hit him enough times in the body, make his head do one of these things. Then you have to go back to the dungeon where you killed Skeletron at. There's going to be 4 cultists there. To summon the lunatic cultist, you have to kill all those guys. Moving on, you're going to fight 4 pillars. These 4 pillars are different from each other. There is the solar, vortex, nebula, and the other one that I don't remember. The solar one is going to be melee class. The vortex one is going to be, I think it's ranged, to be honest. The nebula one is magic. The 4th one is a Stardust Pillar and focused mainly on summoners. After you're done killing all these 4 pillars, Moonlord will spawn and it will say on the bottom of your screen saying impending doom is approaching. And so your screen will shake for about like, I think 45 seconds. He is the final boss, so he's going to be extra hard, not in that way. Moonlord has 4 phases. He has eyes in his hands and have like one like all-seeing eye up here. Knock all those eyes out. His core is going to be broken or whatever. And that's how you beat the game of Terraria.